then that mind, that idea that they may have had might be missed, might go untouched. That's like the basis of his whole thing. I will say that his, like the printed version of that is, it's not about who we exclude, but whom we include. That right there is an improper sentence. It's grammatically incorrect. The word whom is not right. It should be who.
You should have been an English major.
It's just really sad because it's been printed tens of thousands of times.
Well, can that be changed?
Yeah, but it can't be taken back. Anyway, so, but his idea of this like new American university, that's him. That he wants to take all of these different areas of higher education and put them in spaces where they've never been before together, and put these thinkers and make them think together and create new ideas and innovate. So one is a job that like came up that I thought about applying for. It's in the Center for Science and the Imagination. So Dr. Crow went to a convention for science fiction novels, and essentially, I may have told you about this over the phone, but science fiction writers have a lot more power than like people recognize within the community, because if you look at it, like for decades they've been writing about the apocalypse and the end of time, and so there's been a lot of talk over the last 20, 30, 40 years of us running out of our resources, us not having enough to continue, the world ending, and there hasn't been a lot about like the positive nature of the future, what our minds actually might be able to contribute. They just kind of jump to that point where we already have flying cars, we already have these scanners everywhere, and then the end of the world happens. So Michael Crow said to one of the writers, you guys really screwed us over here because you have control over this entire population of people who love your writing, but you didn't tell them how to get to that point. You just said, and magically we had all this wonderful technology, right. But how do we develop that? And then the writers came back and said, well, you control higher education, you're supposed to instill this like this inspiration in them to make them want to do that. And then his counter argument was again, but you, like, they read our textbooks, but they read your books for fun. So they're going to take what you say and they're going to bring it home and take it to heart. So he took those writers, a group of those writers, and a group of engineers, and stuck them in a building together and created the Center for Science and Imagination, and said, I want these writers to come up with these concepts for things for the future, and I want the engineers to figure out how they can do it.
Oh my God.
So that's currently something that's going on like on this campus.
That's cool.
And that's an example like this, and it's his model of new American university. It's interdisciplinary. He wants to bring all these different areas together. Another one that he did was our school for space and Earth and space exploration. He put together with like biomedical and some other like technology and science. And so when you, and yeah, I think those are right. So when you walk in, you have this combination of Earth and space. On one side we have like this ridiculous 3D theater that you sit in, and it's not like it's a planetarium, but you don't look up, you look out.
Never you showed me.
Yeah, I showed you that. So
Was it nanotechnology?
no, it's just a regular, I mean it's 4 cameras and one of them is 3-dimensional, and it's ridiculous, but they like take you, there are 2 shows per week, and they take you on, like, they navigate you through space and the galaxy. And then on the other side of the building they're doing testing for like defense testing for like it's not biomedical, it's like bio